I'm inside the tower here, superstructure here, just at the top of the flight deck. Just want to give you some idea of probably an area that won't be seen too many times on video, but give you appreciation for when you come here for a tour. You come into the hatchway down there, stepping over the knee knocker, as they call them, through the hatch there, and you have to come up these rather steep and short steps. Something, if I thought about it, I'm wearing sandals, and you might want to get a little better footwear there, because you're going to have problems here hitting all the knee knockers and so forth. It's very narrow and confined. No elevators, no escalators, so if you can't climb the stairs and so forth, you're going to be having a bit of problems. Also, being here in June, and this is an unair-conditioned space that I'm in right now, it's pretty hot and humid, and also it's very cramped. I'm 5'6", and my head's just about brushing some of these pipes and the lighting and so forth there, and there are lots of things to poke you and so forth like that, but I'm going to follow the signs and head off in this direction. Just imagine doing this while the ship was underway and at sea during a typhoon. I was watching this video, and this guy was describing one of the pilots who was stationed aboard the Lexington during World War II, and 3 days in typhoon weather with the ship pitching up and then pitching down and then pitching up and then pitching down. It caused a hell of a racket here. So this is what you see when you get on the interior area here. We're trying to make our way up to the bridge area, so we'll get a view of the flight deck and all. As far as activities, a lot of the spaces here are closed off for tourists and not all that interesting, so forth. So you're going to get your share of climbing the ladders here. We don't have stairs aboard the ships, we have ladders. So we make our way up here, and we get up to this point here, and it looks like we got a little view on the outside. I haven't quite reached the top, or maybe I have, I'm not sure. But this is where the captain and the admirals and all the people that were kind of running the ship and so forth, this is their work area. And before I get up too high, we'll take a look aft there at the stern of the ship where we were earlier, and the aircraft, and of course you can see the Corpus Christi beach and the Gulf of Mexico out there. Obviously this is a great observation area when you're just up here a little bit, and you can see the landing craft would, the aircraft would take off from there. The red stripe might be hard to see, but there's a red stripe running down the starboard and over on the port side of the ship there, and I think those represent where the catapults, which were installed in the just after the Korean War, were installed on the ship, hook onto the aircraft and help throw the aircraft in a very short distance from here off the end of the ship. There was a blast door that would be raised and all to deflect the jet blast and so forth. During World War II, though, they didn't have what they call an angled flight deck. I don't know if you can make it out, but there's sort of a dog leg right there, and it was figured out that they could be launching aircraft up on the forward part of the ship, and while those aircraft were being launched, because the flight deck had this angle in it here, they could be bringing aircraft in across the stern of the ship there, and then they would be coming down here, and if everything worked right, they would be arrested. The hooks on the end of the aircraft would catch these cables that stretched across there and hook onto the aircraft and bring it to a stop, and if everything worked right, the aircraft would stop over in this general vicinity, obviously staying away from the aircraft that were launching there. That way you can have both aircraft taking off and landing at the same time. And as you might imagine, with all the aircraft out here and the propellers during World War II and then the jet blast later on, this is one busy place. And of course there were thousands of men and then later women aboard the ship, So, as I heard one executive officer of an aircraft carrier in Modern Times remark, when you board a ship that's got a jet airport on its roof, you tend to run the ship maybe a bit differently than some people might be used to as far as military service, and certainly different than civilian service. So that's what you got. This particular area that I'm in right now is identified as the flag bag area, and the signalman would be instructed from the bridge to raise certain flags. You can notice there, you might see the numbers and the letters and all, and various symbols and so forth. So this would allow the signalman to attach the appropriate flag and then put it up on the halyard and run it up. And as this was usually the flag ship, the other ships would be paying attention to what flags are being put up here and respond accordingly. It's a way to pass signals without having to get on the radio and so forth like that. Of course, there were semaphores, lights, and that sort of thing to flash signals across to the fleet there, so they could maintain radio silence or in bad weather or whatever the situation might call for. Well, let's keep heading up here and go up here to the bridge and see what's in store for us.